Welcome back to My Confession. Today we have a confession ready for you with the title, I'm glad my ex-wife is miserable. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's jump straight into it.
I am so glad my ex-wife is miserable. 3 years ago I discovered that my wife, 46, was having an affair. She met a man at work and came home one day to tell me she was in love with him, no longer loved me, and wanted a divorce. This was a man she had only known for 3 months at the time. She and I had been together since our 20s. We have 3 children, a son aged 28, another son aged 26, and a daughter aged 23. I tried to fight for my marriage and didn't want a divorce, but she just wouldn't quit this man. After one weekend in which she disappeared from Friday afternoon to Sunday night, I threw her out of the house. She immediately moved in with that man. The only excuse she ever gave me was, I never wanted to hurt you, but there's just something about that man and I deserve to be happy. That was it. That was the depth of her reason for throwing away everything we had built together. We ended our separation in early 2022. Although I had very bad feelings for her, I pretended enough to get favorable divorce terms from her. It seemed that she wanted to be with her dream man so badly that she didn't have time for a long divorce. So in the end, I was allowed to keep my pension in the house, which I had bought from my grandmother. I did have to give her half of my 401k. But the effect on our children was quite devastating. All 3 took it very hard. My oldest son told her that if she chose this man, he would never have a relationship with her again. Currently, none of our sons have a relationship with their mother. Our daughter talks to her occasionally, but their relationship is very strained to say the least. My daughter is a very nice person, and she tries, but she usually ends her conversations with her mother even more upset than when they started. About 4 months after the divorce, my ex contacted me out of the blue. She told me she had made a terrible mistake and asked if she could come home. The dream man turned out to be an alcoholic, who she said was verbally abusive and wasted her money. I took this opportunity to tell her exactly what I thought of her as a person, as a wife, and as a mother. I told her that this was her life now and that she had to learn to live with it. I told her that she no longer had a home in this house and that she should never contact me again. Then a few things happened in the past year that drove her to try to contact me again. First, I met someone. My sister introduced me to a friend of hers who was also divorced, and she and I got along well. We have been seeing each other since last summer. And although we have agreed that neither of us wants to marry again, we are together. When my ex heard this, she tried to contact me again, but I ignored her.
An ex of mine once said to me that the grass is not always green on the other side. The Bible says that, when the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good to eat and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable to gain wisdom, she took some and ate of it. The woman in the story was tempted to think she could leave a beautiful man for an illusion created by the devil. This illusion or temporary pleasure had the purpose to tear her away from what was good and set up by the Lord, her marriage. The Bible dictates that you shall not separate what the Lord has put together. She left something that was perfect for something that is fun and exciting at first glance. But in the long run it cost her everything. Her marriage, her children, and pleasant life. She traded a wonderful situation for a horrible situation where she was mistreated by the so-called perfect man, in her eyes. It is said in the world that regret always comes too late. But the Lord is always waiting for her with open arms. The Bible says, I have come to heal the broken heart. The man suffered pain, but in the end the Lord provided healing. I can only pray and hope that one day the children and the ex-husband can forgive her for her mistake that cost her everything. Thanking for watching, and I will see you on the next confession.